Hi, third graders. It's Mrs. Pratt. I just wanted to let you know that when you pick up your packets today, you will notice that they have some attachments into them. Those are the accommodations that I made for your packet this week. So hopefully when your mom or dad came in, they got a packet that had my handwriting in the top corner with your first and last name on it. And in those packets, you're going to see the following accommodations. I'm going to go through them very quickly with you, just so that you know what's in there and what to expect. And also, between this week and next week, you will all be coming in to meet with me to do our NWEA testing. So you all have a time spot, either it's in the morning or afternoon, when mom and dad are going to be bringing you in to meet with me. We will meet at the main office. I will have to do a temperature check with you where I take the little wand and I just kind of hold it up to your forehead and get your temperature check. And then you will need to wear a mask, and I will have my mask on as well. And we'll come down to my classroom and we'll sit kind of a little ways apart, but you'll be able to do the NWEA test with me. So if you have any questions on directions, or if you want something kind of explained a little bit more, a little better than what they do in the test, I can do that for you. So hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier, I guess. But don't worry so much about the test. We want you to do your best and give your best effort, but it's not something that you need to stress out about, okay? It's just to let the teachers know that since we've been gone for basically 5 or 6 months, not in school, where we need to start teaching from here, okay? So again, don't stress, relax. You have 2 hours that each of you will be taking it with me. It'll be 2 hours this week for reading and 2 hours next week for math, okay? And we can take little breaks in between. So if you want to, bring a water bottle. You could bring a very quick snack, something in like a little baggie. We can take a 5-minute little bathroom break, and then just keep going till we finish the test, okay? But what we're going to do now is look into your packet so I can show you the accommodations, okay? So have your packet out with you. If you don't have it yet, that's okay. I'm going to show you mine. Okay, so this is what the top page of your packet looks like. It's a 2-week packet, and you're going to notice it's not as thick as usual, and that's because with the NWEA testing, the teachers didn't want to give you too much work. It's basically some reading and some math type activities just to keep your practice up during the week. Okay, on the very first page, you have a, let me rip that right back. It's a long I crossword puzzle. And what I did was I made a word bank for you. So down here, you'll see a cross with a couple of pictures, and you'll see down with a couple of pictures. I put the words that match up with the pictures in a word bank for you, but they are not in the right order. So you need to identify what the picture is, say what the picture is, and find the word above. And then what you're going to do, for example, number 1, this is an annoying little insect. It's a fly. So I'm going to look up here. Nope, not that one. Oh, there it is, fly. So when I have number 1 across over here, I would write F-L-Y, fly. Okay, and then down this column, you're going to write all of these words here in alphabetical order. That means what you're going to do is start looking and say, do any of these words start with an A? Nope. Do any of these words start with a B? No. A C? No. A D? No. E? No. F. Oh my goodness, look at all the F words. We've got fight, fly, file, fire, and 5. Oh my gosh, there are 5 of the F words, or words that start with the letter F. So what you have to do next is see, well, what would come first in alphabetical order? So are there any, we look at the second letter now. Basically, if all the first letters are F, we look at the second letter. I have an I, another I, another I, an L, and another I. Oh my goodness, that doesn't help. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 that have I as a second letter. And I comes before L, so we know that this one's going to go last. We can just hold off on fly. Now we need to look at the third letter, a G, an R, a V, and an L. Well, when we're saying the alphabet, and you can sing it to yourself, of course, if you need to, which one of those letters comes first? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So the G word comes first, F-I-G. So on this top line, my first word is going to be fight, F-I-G-H-T. And then you can cross that one off. Then what letter comes next? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L. Oh, there's L. So my second word on my list is going to be file, F-I-L-E. And then I would come back and cross off file. And that's how you're going to do it for alphabetical order, okay? If you see me this week and you're having some struggles or questions, ask me and we will work on it together. No problem at all. The next page is called homophones. And at the bottom, it says to use the word banks. So you've got all these words over here and all these words over here. Well, if you look, it says see next page. Okay, so when you see that, you're going to turn the page. And I took those sentences from the bottom and I turned them into a fill in the blank. And I gave you the homophone options. So for example, number 1 says, I have a blank in my shoelaces. Well, the word is not, but which knot is it? Is it N-O-T or K-N-O-T? Which one of those is correct for that you have a knot in your shoelaces? Okay, so instead of doing the bottom part of this page, you can just flip it and then circle the correct word and fill in the blank, okay? The next page is about antonyms. Antonyms means opposites. So for this one, what is the opposite of something being real? You have this whole big word bank here. Shiny, even, add, answer, night. Create, easy, least, listen, sunny. Follow, pull, forget, fake, east. Well, what is the opposite of something that's real? Well, the opposite of something that's real is something that's fake. So I'm going to come in here and put F-A-K-E. Okay? Now, if you remember this from other classes, if it's a double box like this, it means it's one of these tall letters. So the F would fit in a double box. The A is a 1 box. It's a short letter. The K goes from the bottom to the top, so it's a 2-box letter. And the E is just a 1-box letter because it's a smaller. So these are kind of clues that are going to help you to solve that. The next problem or page is greater than, less than, or equal to. Greater than is going to be facing this direction. It will eat the bigger number. Think of those as alligator mouths. If the symbol faces this direction, it's less than, and then equal to. Well, the worksheet that you had the problems written what we call horizontally, straight across. So I rewrote the questions for you so that they're written vertically, straight up and down. That's usually easier to do adding and subtracting. So you're going to solve the problem. For example, let me do this one with you. 7 plus 6 is 13. I'm going to put my 3, carry my 1. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus the 1 I carried is 9. So my answer for that one is 93. On this one, 7 plus 7, well, that gives me 14. I'm going to put the 4, and I'm going to carry the 1. 4 plus 5 is 9, and 9 plus the one that I carried gives me 10. So now I have 93 and 104. I have to decide, is 93 greater than 104? Is 93 less than 104? Or is 93 equal to 104? That's right, it's less than. So my symbol is going to face or be open to the 104. Again, I'm sure you learned this in younger grades, but remember, it's almost like a alligator mouth, and it's going to eat the bigger number. Okay, we always want it to be open to the bigger number. So that's what you guys are going to do on this next page. Then we have a reading activity with some questions. I will be posting a link to this. I did a review of parts of speech for you. So what is a noun with some examples? What are verbs, adverbs, adjectives, pronouns, and prepositions, along with examples for each? I'll make another short video for that. Now what you need to do then is nouns. Look at all these words that are in the picture down here. Anything that is a noun, a person, place, or thing, you're going to write in this column. If it's a verb or an action word, like build. Building is an action word. It's something you do. That would go here. An adverb is a word that describes a verb, and it usually ends in ly. So if I just quickly look down, ooh, here's one right here. Gladly. It tells how something is done. I would write gladly here. And the last one is a preposition. A preposition is kind of a directional word. On, in, over. Oh, here's one, towards. Towards, like something is coming towards you, to you, is a preposition. So that's going to go here. All right, you've done something similar to this on other packets. For this one, you are just going to write a story about a cookout and how it can be a lot of fun by adding details. You can use the picture to help. We've got coloring the parts of speech. So all of these buckets, if it's a noun, it's going to be red. Verbs are orange. Adverbs are yellow. Adjectives are green. Pronouns are blue. And prepositions are purple. Again, go back and look at that grammar review sheet for some examples. We've got adding and subtracting. The only thing that I did not add to this packet, and I probably should have, was some lined paper with this page so that you could actually write the addition or subtraction problems, because there isn't much room here on this paper. So for example, how much more does the umbrella cost than the swim trunks? Well, if we're looking for how much more, I want to find the difference. So I need to look at the umbrella, which is $37, and the swim trunks are $19. And to find the difference, I need to subtract. Well, on this page, there isn't a whole lot of room to subtract unless you kind of squeeze it in the corner. So if you need to, use a separate sheet of lined paper to solve the problems on. Then we have contraction sheet. A word search. You get to make your own word search. These are so much fun. What you do is you take the words that are down here in the word bank and you just fill them in the blanks. They can be up and down, which is vertical. They can be horizontal, side to side. You could make them diagonal, but you're putting one letter in each box. Then you have to fill in all the other empty spaces that you haven't used. What I like to do is just sing the ABCs, but scatter them. So it could be A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Just keep going through until all the boxes are filled up with different letters. Then have somebody solve your word search, maybe a brother or sister, mom or dad. You've got another reading compactivity, which I will send a separate link to. You've got some addition with carrying. You've got another crossword puzzle. This one is long O. Again, a word bank for both, just like I went over on that first page. Then you have an irregular plural noun crossword, and you're going to have this page stapled in. It's not on yours right, or on my copy right now, but it's got the different plural nouns, irregular plural nouns. So for example, number 2 across says the plural of elf. So there's one elf or a whole group of elves. Okay, and that's what you would write on the line. All right, the next one is a homophone sheet. And what I did, they wanted you to make pictures, draw your own pictures of hair and hair, whole and whole. See how they're spelled differently? Homophones are words that are spelled differently, but they sound the exact same and they mean different things. So this type of hair, here's hair and hair. One is like the hair on your head and the other is a rabbit. There's a hole, like a hole in the ground, or this type of whole means like the whole orange. This is a half an orange. This is the whole thing, an entire. There's 8 and 8. This one's the number 8. This one is like I ate food. I ate pizza for lunch. Then we have right and right. This is the direction right, or it can even mean like you did something correctly. Or this type of write is where you write with a pencil. We have week and week. This week over here are the days of the week. There are 7 days in a week: Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This type of week means not strong. And if you look, there's a chain and this one's kind of broken. So this is the opposite of being strong. And then you have doe and doe. This type of doe is a baby deer. And this dough is something like to make bread or cakes or pies with. So your job is to write a sentence that matches with each picture. Now, there's not very much room here at all. If you want to do it on a separate piece of paper or even on the back to write your complete sentence, that would be perfect. Make sure to start with a capital letter and end with a period. Then you were doing a writing prompt. Write about a time when you felt proud. Make sure to give examples. And then you have your at-home reading log. So what day did you read? What book? You're going to write the book title or the chapter. How many minutes did you read? Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then have mom or dad initial that. And then you have kind of your own word bank, your own dictionary of most commonly used words. We've got alphabet pictures down here, blends and digraphs and clusters. And then you have your own personal word wall where you can add words that you're learning yourself, that you want to add into your own, like a dictionary for yourself. Okay, so that was a long video, I know. Thank you for hanging in there with me, but I wanted to make sure I went over the packet with you in all the directions so you know exactly what to do. Again, for the reading, I'm going to upload short little videos where I read it out loud. You can read along with me as I read it, but you don't have to use them. If you want to read it on your own and you're comfortable doing it on your own, that is wonderful. Don't feel like you have to. I'm just putting it in there as an accommodation for some of you if you need it. Okay? I hope you have a great week, and I can't wait to see you when you come up to Hillcrest. Bye!